Come on, guys, file in.
Go around this, honey, there's grass. There's grass over here.
There's grass this way.
Go that way. Oh, this is their song. You gotta whistle.
Yeah, somebody whistle really loud.
Can you whistle to Blue?
The first day of my life, so I was born right in the doorway. I went out in the rain, suddenly everything changed.
Everybody please rise.
Spreading blankets on the beach. This is the first face that I saw. Think I was blind before I met you. I don't know where I am, I don't know where I've been, but I know where I want to go. So I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, these things take forever, I especially slow. But I realized that I need you, and I wondered if I could come home.
be seated. Bliss and Justin, today you're surrounded by your family and friends, all of whom are gathered to witness your exchange of vows and to share in the joy of this occasion. Let this be a statement of what you mean to each other and the commitment of marriage you will make. When you love someone, you do not love them all the time in exactly the same way. From moment to moment. It's an impossibility. It's even a lie to pretend to. And yet this is exactly what most of us demand. We have so little faith in the ebb and flow of life, of love and relationships, that we leap at the flow of the tide and resist in the terror of the ebb. We're afraid it will never return. We insist on permanency, on duration, continuity, and when the only continuity possible in life, as in love, is in growth, in fluidity, and in freedom. The only real security is living in the present relationship and accepting it as it is now. Relationships must be like islands. One must accept them for what they are here and now, within their limits. Islands surrounded and interrupted by the sea, and continually visited and abandoned by the tides of life. Hand the flowers over. Justin Messmer and Bliss Tackett, know now, before you go further, that since your lives have crossed in this life, you have formed eternal bonds. As you seek to enter this state of matrimony, you should strive to make the real ideals that give meaning to the ceremony and to the sanctity of marriage. With full awareness, know that within this circle you are declaring your intent before your friends and family as witnesses. The promises made here today and the ties that are bound here greatly strengthen your union and will cross the years and lives of each soul's growth. Do you seek to enter the ceremony? I do. Bliss and Justin have written their own vows, which they will now recite. Bliss, you may go first.
You are my favorite person, my very best friend. I am more myself with you than with anyone I've ever known. Whenever we first met, I remember writing essays back and forth to each other. I remember being so excited to talk to you. I didn't sleep, but when I did, you were the last person I talked to before I fell asleep and the first person I talked to when I woke up. I have one memory from early in our relationship of you driving me home from way out in the forest. We were on that long stretch of 40 and we were holding hands and singing along to some emo song. I never wanted those moments to end, and 5 years later, they haven't. We still sing emo songs together. We still hold hands. I'm still excited to start and end my day with you. We still giggle like teenage girls at a sleepover before bed at night. And I still look at you and I know this is what I want. I want to be with you, and it's as simple and as complicated as that. I want to marry you because life is hard. Raising kids is hard, being broke is hard, living is hard. But you make things less hard, and you make the hard things worth bearing. So, Justin Perry Messmer, I vow this to you. I vow to love you, whether loving you is simple or complicated. I vow to support you through misfortune and to celebrate your triumphs. I vow to pretend to be interested in your latest video game obsession. I vow to respect you and appreciate you for the person you are and for the person you choose to become. I vow to be compassionate and to always be on the same team. I vow to be there for you whenever you need me. After all, now we're like best bros for life. I'm not perfect, so in the end, all I can really promise is this. I will love you, and I will do my very best to make you happy for as long as you choose to be with me.
Justin?
And in true fashion, I don't have my vows, so going off the cuff. Bliss, when we first met, I remember that we used to send conversations back and forth as younger, or in my case, not so young, adults complaining about college and the rising price of Capri Suns. But quickly we became best friends, and we would talk longer about more personal matters long into the night. I remember typically I would fall asleep with the phone in my hand waiting for your next message. I always wanted to hear more about your past. I always wanted to know more about you than anyone I had ever met before, and I was excited to hear the next chapter in your story. Just as today, here together, we're writing the next chapter in our story. And though I don't know what's to come, I've skimmed ahead, and I think these chapters are going to be the best chapters yet. Bliss Amber Tackett, I vow these things to you, to always give you my best, even though it might not be everything that you would wish it would be, to always put my best foot forward. I vow to not rant about video games quite so often. I vow to always take your side through the thick and the thin. And I vow to always be there with you by your side for the rest of our lives, happily ever after.
Bliss and Justin have chosen to incorporate the ancient Celtic ritual of hand fasting in their ceremony today. Please look into each other's eyes and hold hands. Justin, your left hand, and Bliss, your right hand. Get up here so I can read it. Hold it still. Keep that up. Thank you. The 3 chords today are Bliss chose colors that have meaning for them. The rose color chord is to symbolize romance, partnership, and happiness. The gray chord stands for peace, sincerity, and devotion. The gold rope, which represents unity, prosperity, and longevity. As the knot was tied, so are your lives now bound together. Woven into this cord, into its very fibers, are all the hopes of your friends and family, and of yourselves for this new life together. With the fashioning of this knot, you tie all the desires, dreams, love, and happiness wished here in this place to your lives for as long as you shall be. In the joining of hands and the fashioning of a knot, so are your lives now bound one to another. By this cord, you are thus now and forevermore bound to your vow. May this knot remain tied for as long as love shall last. May this cord draw your hands together in love, never to be used in anger. May the vows you have spoken never grow bitter in your mouth. As any child discovers when they're learning to tie their own shoes, the first move is to cross the ends. The cross creates the X, which is a symbol of partnership and union. As your hands are bound by this cord, so is your partnership held by the symbol of this knot. Two entwined in love, bound by commitment and fear, sadness and joy, by hardship and victory, anger and reconciliation, all of which bring strength to this union. Hold tight to one another through both good times and bad, and watch as your strength grows. I shall now remove the cords. And you guys have chosen to exchange rings. Justin, you shall go first.
That's the rings.
Okay. Justin, please repeat after me as you place the ring on Bliss's left finger. I, Justin,
I, Justin,
give you, Bliss,
give you, Bliss,
this ring
this ring
as a symbol of my love and faithfulness,
as a symbol of my love and faithfulness,
and desire to be lifelong,
and desire to be lifelong,
nerdy game night partners.
nerdy game night partners.
I commit my heart and soul to you.
I commit my heart and soul to you.
Bliss.
Ring day.
It's not for pockets too. I don't get them confused.
I, Bliss,
I, Bliss,
give you, Justin,
give you, Justin,
this ring
this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
faithfulness,
faithfulness,
and desire to be
and desire to be
nerdy game night partners
nerdy game night partners
for the rest of our lives.
for the rest of our lives.
I commit my heart and soul to you.
I commit my heart and soul to you.
And hold hands. If you love something, love it completely. Cherish it, say it, but most importantly, show it. Life is finite and fragile, and just because something is here to one day, it might not be the next. Never take that for granted. Say what you need to say, and say a little more. say too much, show too much, love too much. Everything is temporary except love. Love outlives us all. Justin and Bliss, it's been my honor to bring you together today in matrimony. Now, by the power vested in me by Universal Life Church, I pronounce you husband and wife. Bliss, you may kiss your husband. Go ahead and grab your flowers. Turn and face your guests. Friends and family, I present to you for the first time ever, Bliss and Justin Messmer.
Congratulations.